What's going on, guys? Today I did a live recording of my session this morning trading NQ. It was a no trade day for me, but despite that, I still wanted to drop a recording because I talked about the mindset and kind of some of the things that I was thinking about during the session this morning that led me to taking no trades at all and kind of just being patient. I kind of go dive a little into my mindset, into my thought process of waiting for the correct setup, what I was looking for, but it just didn't happen. And then the results of a no trade day that really feels like a super green day, even though I didn't make any money or win any trades. Today still feels like a very green day because I respected my rules and I remained patient and kind of built the habit of being a disciplined trader. So just wanted to give you guys a live recording of this morning and hope you take some value from it. So yesterday we had a move into the daily fair value gap right here where we took out this buy side liquidity right here. So today I'm watching for two things: either a change in the state of delivery to the downside on this 1 hour right here, but if that doesn't happen and we hold this, I will be looking at this as the manipulation leg to go then higher, where we change the state of delivery to the upside, come back, retest, and then go and see these London highs and then yesterday's high of day. Right now we are having an inside day, so I will be looking for reactions at this area right here to see if we sustain below these sell side liquidity levels or if we decide to change the state in the delivery to the upside to go and see buy side. So it looks like we're going to take this area of sell side right here and have an SMT and Q and ES. Now I want to see this reaction. Because if we really start to displace below this 1 hour right here and change this, I'm not going to be as interested in longs. Coming straight off of open, we just had this straight move down. There's really no entry down, and I was looking for the long side. Obviously didn't get any change in the state of delivery to the upside, so I didn't take any trades. But now we're starting to enter into the territory of the change in the state of delivery to the downside on the 4 hour chart after sweeping buy side liquidity inside of the 4 hour fair value gap and daily fair value gap. So kind of just sitting on my hands right now, not long or short. We are kind of getting into a bullish SMT area on the 4 hour as well, where NQ is probably going to take these relatively equal lows and ES is not. So with conflicting confluences on both sides, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands right now and waiting to see what setup is going to be best. So for right now, kind of just waiting. So it feels really good to be patient like this and just wait for my setup, because I can tell you a while ago, there definitely would be like that thought in my mind where like I see this big drop and I'm like, man, I gotta get in. But now it feels good to have patience and know what I'm looking for. My setup that I'm looking for hasn't been presented. This is just a straight drop down. There hasn't been any SMT inside of this range right here. Yesterday's high hasn't been taken. The low of yesterday has now been taken, but still there's no setup. And now I see that there's a change in the state of delivery to the downside after this. But it feels good to have patience and discipline to know that what I'm looking for hasn't been presented yet. You know, It feels good to not have FOMO. It feels good to um, really just have my rules and stick with them. And I think that these days are just as good as winning days, as 1K days, as 2K days, as $500 days, whatever your days may be. These days of discipline and following your rules and staying cash when you know you should be staying cash are just as good as those big winning days. So continuing to stay patient, continuing to wait for something to develop that looks like it's in my playbook, and just kind of just sitting around and developing a patience mindset and not developing FOMO. Just an update. Probably going to be sticking on the charts for another half an hour as it's 10:31 right now. Looking kind of like a no trade day today. Kind of just want to walk you through what I'm seeing. Again, we've swept buy side on the daily chart, and we swept it into this untested 4-hour fair value gap right here. Let me mark this out real fast. We tested it. We manipulated up into this untested 4-hour fair value gap, and then shifted structure to the downside on the 4-hour chart. So we had our change in state of delivery to the downside. So I'm just viewing this today as the no news day, displacement down to shift structure back to the downside to go and see these relatively equal lows. One thing that I do want to note is on the 4-hour chart, there was an SMT here at the lows, where ES was able to sweep this sell side liquidity while NQ was not. But I think in terms of that bullishness, that SMT has now served its purpose as we displaced or we rebalanced back to the 4-hour fair value gap, back to equilibrium of this price range. So now what I'll be looking for going into the rest of the week is a rebalance back into this price leg right here, where we change the state of delivery to the downside to then possibly go and see lower as we have this generated sell side liquidity right here. But again, looking like a no trade day. So I will continue to update you and talk to you guys next time if I don't take a trade.